Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What fi gonna eat no money, what fi at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year look rat you. Use the youth, the money, miss my must have manti statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that is not you. One day the man above end up in my gut up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300%
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them
It
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police dog a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like people themselves.
It burn me.
On them treat the market man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
On them treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
On them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, morning. I can't even find my system for anything here. Good morning, where are you? How are you all? Good evening and welcome. We're all waiting nervously because the Gleaner is reporting that the case is expected to go Andrew Holness's way. But when you think that was enough, there is even more. Because the Prime Minister's friend, Norman Brown, has chimed in as well. Norman Brown has said, backside, feel the over integrity commission. Make me go ask them, take my name, he says, out of your bangarang. Where is Norman Brown? Because Norman Brown is saying that because the Integrity Commission, Norman Brown, the real estate business partner of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, is asking the court to order the Integrity Commission to remove findings that his chairmanship of two state entities that report to Andrew Holness pose significant potential conflict of interest. Brown application for permission to apply for judicial review of the report on Holness finances following a similar bid by Prime Minister Holness. The Supreme Court is set today to rule on whether Holness will be allowed to pursue his case. A decision, they say, is widely expected. Oh, look at me. I don't think I put it in the system. But I'm backwards sometime, you know. Sometimes I can be backward like the Prime Minister. Where are you? So, Norman Donald said, Brown rather, Integrity Commission bright. The one comes to become my friend, my business partner, because him have me as chairman pan two state entity. You want come to become me and the Prime Minister a friend, that I'm going to make decision favorable to the Prime Minister. Oh, you're so bright, Integrity Commission. Take my name out of it, said Norman what's with my name? Brown. So it's a gangsterism thing. The Andrew Holness and him friend them. But when I go and look out, if I see nothing on the phone, send it to my WhatsApp. Quickly there we are pro as well. But I don't see nothing yet. They don't go think me say live stream on the Supreme Court page is their call to the bar. Galangin, Hugh Bottom, Noreen Robinson, Sunshine, Catherine Happiness, Sabina Sakodi, Laura Taylor, Empress Deb, Canadian Gal, Debbie Jarvis TV, Brenda Elson RJ, Althea, Evan Bradford, Jacqueline Murray, Karen Nemad, Marie. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We are waiting for whatever might pop up at any time. We are monitoring the wicked liar news them. Anybody find it strange like me that Cliff is not on? Usually, when we get up a man time, nationwide come on live shortly after. And let me look if they come on yet. Because me not see him from morning, me don't know. Going on now. The wicked is on now. Hold on.
You need to get it right if you want to keep doing effective.
Hold on to my people. So you could say that gangsterism with the Holness regime. Hold on, let me see if me quickly bring up nationwide. I think they're talking of this somebody disgruntled workers, I think. Hold on.
Workers dealing with the possibility of taking strike action.
Hold on there.
And that those people that you swore to
do no harm to, yeah, you perhaps would want to advise them that we're going to be going on strike. This issue of dilly-dallying and not being offering the commitment to say exactly what the junior doctors are going to do, I'm not sure that is fair to the public, and I recommend that for consideration to Dr. Renee Badro, who leads the JMDA at this time. Now, one of the sticking points for the JMDA is the new overtime payment structure put forward by the Finance Ministry as part of the compensation review exercise. And while I listened to that, I remembered an audit that was commissioned by the government several years ago, addressing this issue of overtime among doctors, overtime and on-call payments. I'm going to read that article for you from many, many years ago, an article that I wrote because we utilize access to information to get this government commissioned audit. And it's
Anyway, let's leave Cliff until, because what we're really interested is in the judgment. Let me turn them down. Turn them down in the background while I keep monitoring. But as we were saying, the Prime Minister's friend has now come in on the lawsuit of the Prime Minister. He's saying that the Integrity Commission shouldn't have called his name. Gun seizing Barrett Town, Barrett Town, St. James. Man arrested. But we continue to prowl through the paper. Hold on, look, Beat and Teeth arrive yet. Norman Ferguson, everybody, Holness, welcome, Christine Gilbert. Welcome, the Easy Jerk World, Young DT World. Echo, everybody, welcome, Marjorie Goldberg, Hero Bottom, Richard Reed. We're waiting to hear, Master Love. We're waiting to hear anything. I'm also keeping an eye on their website to see when the actual paper judgment is delivered, because I cannot see anything for their live viewing or anything. They're having something on there, but it's called they have a call to the bar thing going on at the judiciary at the moment, but nothing from the live stream, because the judgment, they say it's going to be an odd, I think in a conference, a video conference, but maybe we won't have access to it. It will just be a Zoom. But as soon as the publication is out, then we should be able to have access. Just to show you quickly while we wait, some of your judges are being called
This is
to the bar.
Of Jacinth Joy Temple Crawford.
So they're having their call to the bar ceremony today as well.
2024. My lady, I have perused the documents and have found them to be in order. And if your ladyship agrees with me, I would ask you to invite the applicant to take the oath, having granted the fixed date claim form in terms. Make me demand.
Just some of the formalities of passing the bar and be initiated. This is like their initiation.
I, Jacinth Joy Temple
Ceremony to the bar.
Crawford, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
My lady, I then have the application of Mr. Darian Denzel Street. His application, my lady, was filed on November 14, 2024. I have perused the documents, my lady. I have found them to be in order. And if your ladyship agrees with me, I ask that you grant the orders as prayed and permit the applicant to take the oath. I beg your pardon, my lady. Would the applicant be permitted to affirm?
I'm just scrolling the media. I'm not
I,
wasting your time.
Darian
I'm
Denzel
scrolling the media
Street,
in the
do
background.
solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment.
Just to give you a feel of the swearing in, or when you hear they use the phrase when you're called to the bar. This is one of the call to the bar, sir. Hold on there.
I'm indeed obliged, my lady. My lady, may I now mention the matter of Denise Verona Harrison Thomas? Her application, my lady, filed by way of fixed date claim form on the November 14, 2024. I have perused the documents, my lady, and they certainly appear to be in order. If your ladyship agrees with me, I would ask that Mrs. Denise Verona Harrison Thomas be permitted to affirm, having granted the orders as prayed.
I, Denise Verona Harrison Thomas, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment.
And my lady, the last matter on my list, Miss Rochelle, that of Miss Rochelle Chantel Sutherland, application filed on November 18, 2024. My lady, I have perused the documents and they all appear to be in order. And if your ladyship agrees with me, I ask that your ladyship grant the orders as prayed and permit the applicant to take the oath.
I, Michelle Chantal Sutherland, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
My lady, thank you so very much. That concludes my list.
If it pleases you, my lady, it gives me unmitigated pleasure to present the application of Shanice Rihanna McAlpin, fixed date claim form having been filed 15 November 2024, as well as a supporting affidavit. I perused the documents and they appear to me to be quite in order. And if your ladyship so finds, I respectfully ask that you grant the orders sought, particularly for her to be allowed to take the oath and, of course, sign the roll in due course. Much obliged. Much obliged.
I, Shanice Rihanna McAlpin, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment, so help me God.
My lady, if it pleases you, that is the only matter that is on my list. May I be allowed to leave the platform, ma'am, to deal with another urgent matter, although being away will diminish me. Much obliged. May I? Much obliged. Of course, Miss McAlpin will remain.
Good morning, my lady. Always a pleasure to appear before you, if even virtually. I have two matters that I wish to deal with, and one that I'm holding for Mr. Champagne, and I think that he comes immediately after me in any event. The first, my lady, is Miss Shudeen Hyacinth Deacon Ramsey, whose fixed date claim form was filed on the 15th of November 2024. I have perused the documentation and found them to be in order, and would humbly request an order in terms that Miss Ramsey be permitted to take the oath as it relates to her call.
Me there,
to
me
the
just
bar
a
of
walk and
Jamaica.
search to find something for no. Me not forget, you know.
Yes.
I, Shadeen Hyacinth Deacon Ramsey, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
Thank you very much, my lady. The next matter concerns Ms. Vanessa Patrice Henry, whose fixed date claim form was filed as well on the 15th of November 2024. And I respectfully ask for an order in turn. I having perused the relevant documentation and found them to be in order. Thank you, my lady.
I, Vanessa Patrice Henry, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment, so help me God.
My lady, there's a matter that Mr. Peter Champagne, Queen's Counsel, has an interest in. Would the court permit me to proceed with that matter now? Thank you, my lady. It relates to sorry, I did that over here. My lady, it relates to Miss Sabrina
Dirty
Antoinette
Tom.
Bembridge, and her documentation, fixed date claim form specifically, was filed also on 15th day of November 2024. And I have perused her documents, and in fact, Mr. Peter Champagne, King's Counsel, also did so, and we joined to find them in order, and would ask that the court grants the order in terms. Thank you, my lady.
I, Sabrina Antoinette Bembridge, do swear that I will
If
well
you're
and
just
truly
joining,
demean
please do
myself in the
not be
office and
confused
duties of
that
an
this has
attorney at
anything to do
law,
with Andrew Holness's
according to the
judgment.
best
This is
of my skill and
calling
judgment, so
to
help me
our
God.
ceremony. But we're just
Thank
waiting
you
to
very
see
much,
what we
lady.
get coming from
That
the court. I'm still
that
checking
completes my commitment before
media
you this
and the
morning
court
and request
website.
permission to leave the platform. That same to you, my lady.
My lady, may it so please you, I am interested in a matter of the fixed date claim form filed on the 15th day of November 2024 for Jody Ann Brittany Kimon Morrison. My lady, I have perused the papers. They do appear to be in order. And if you so find as well, my lady, might I request the court make the order in terms of the fixed date claim form and have the applicant give the oath of attorney and be called and subsequently to be signing the roll.
I, Jody and Brittany Kimon Morrison, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment, so help me God.
My lady, that concludes my list. With your permission, I would like to leave the platform, but I will return, my lady, before the end of the proceedings.
Please so please the court. I have 4 matters on your list, my lady. And the first matter is the application of Ashley Donnie and Andrea Kelly, subject of a fixed date claim form filed on the 15th of November 2024. The papers appear to me to be in order, and I ask that this honorable court so sign and grant the orders prayed for in the fixed date claim form, and that the Miss Ashley Donnie Andrea Kelly be allowed to take the oath. My lady, Miss Kelly wishes to affirm.
I, Ashley Donnie Andrea Kelly, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duty of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment.
Your ladyship, the next matter on my list is the application of Rochelle Elizabeth Gordon, subject of a fixed date claim form filed on the 15th of November 2024. The papers have been examined. We have found them to be in order, and we pray that this honorable court so find, and in so finding, grants the orders prayed for in the fixed date claim form and allow Ms. Gordon to take the oath /
Let me just pause here to answer your question quickly, the easy jerk, if it's that's what you're asking. What today's phase is, his first phase, he has to ask the Supreme Court for permission to apply for judicial review against the IC decision, against the whole court case is taken. If the court says yes, then he can go ahead and make that judicial review application of what he wants to be struck out. If the court says no, then it's all fall flat and he will just miserably have to rant and accept the decision of the court today not to advance forward. And that's what makes it so nervous for everybody, is to wonder if the court sees merit in his case to give him the permission to tug around further, challenging the Integrity Commission, as you see his friend and business partner has now joined in. I hope that helps.
Affirmation. Right, please.
I, Katie Julianne Alisa Gray, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment.
The last matter on my list, lady, is the matter of the application of Shamoya Shantoy Stevenson Winter. I have examined the fixed date claim form and the supporting documents, lady. I have found them to be in order. We pray that the orders so asked for be granted, and lady, that she be allowed to take the oath/affirmation. Which one?
I, Shamoya Shantoy Stevenson Winter, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my.
I don't know what technical difficulty they're having there, but I'm still prodding and poking around here in the background to find for you anything coming out from the court, whether it be through the media or on the court's website. Trinidad rocked by a 4.5 magnitude hurricane. Earthquake, rather, sorry. I must know said hurricane no way upon it.
2024. Thank you, my lady.
I, Deidre Nicole and Nicole, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment, so help me God. Grateful, my lady.
Thank you, my lady. That is the extent of my list, and I'm asking your permission, my lady, if I could be excused. Thank you.
May it please you, my lady. The first is an application by Ms. Camille Anna K. Reed by fixed date claim form dated the 15th of November 2024. I have perused same and find it to be in order and commended to your leadership and trust that your leadership so finds, and ask that the application be granted as prayed and she be allowed to take the oath.
I, Camille Anake Reed,
do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
Milady, the second application is the application of Ms. Julissa Ashley Anake Heaven by fixed date claim form dated November 18th, 2024. I have perused same, milady, and I find it to be in order. Trustee leadership finds the same, and will make the orders prayed in the fixed date claim form for her to take the oath and be enrolled.
I, Julissa Ashley Anake Heaven, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
Thank you, milady. May I have your permission to momentarily leave the platform, and I wish you a pleasant day.
May it so please the milady, I appear in the matter of Deja Nate Miller, fixed by way of a fixed day claim form filed on the 15th of November, milady. I myself perused the papers, milady, and I think I do find them in order. May an order be granted, milady, in the terms prayed, and may she be invited, milady, to be affirmed.
I, Adeja Nate Miller, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment. Grateful, lady.
Obliged, milady, we will vacate your platform with your permission.
May it please the lady, I'm in the matter of the applicant being Miss Tahira Trishona Anson. Application to be enrolled as an attorney. Lady, the matter is supported. It's originated with a fixed date claim form and supported by several documents and an affidavit. I have perused the documents. I have found them to be in order. I invite my lady to so find and that the order may be granted in terms. May please. Thank you, my lady.
I, Tahira Shoshana Anson, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law, according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
Lady, may we have permission to leave the platform? Thank you. Thank you.
Please, my lady. I appear in the matter of Maxine Patricia Wilson in the application to be admitted to practice as an attorney at law. I have perused documents They appear to be in order. And in the circumstances, lady, I ask that the orders be granted in accordance to the fixed date claim form filed in this matter, and that the applicant be permitted to affirm. Thank you.
I, Maxine Patricia Wilson, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment.
Lady, I crave your permission to withdraw from the platform. I'm obliged.
Please, lady, this is the application of Ahira Lassani Campbell, filed on the 18th of November. The lady has perused the documents and have found them to be in order. And in the circumstances, lady, I'm asking the leadership to ask her to take the oath and go on the orders creating the fixed date claim form.
I, Tahira Sonny Campbell, do swear that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment. So help me God.
Lady, may I be permitted to withdraw from the platform? I'm obliged, lady. I'm obliged.
May it please my lady, my name is Sharon Henry, and I'm here in respect of the application by Amber Joy Tamian McCain to be enrolled and admitted to practice as an attorney at law. My lady, I perused the documents and I found them in order, and I humbly request that you grant the orders as prayed and allow the applicant, Amber Joy Tamian McCain, to affirm and be entered on the roll and admitted to practice as an attorney at law in the several courts of this island. May it please you, my lady. Thank you, my lady.
I, Amber Joy Tamian McCain, do solemnly, sincerely, truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly demean myself in the office and duties of an attorney at law according to the best of my skill and judgment.
Thank you, my lady. May I be permitted to leave the platform? Thank you so very much. Much obliged.
We're still waiting, watching, just to find anything in the news of what judgment will be coming down. Because the Supreme Court got all of us on the edge. Bear with. I'm not being rude, I'm just looking down at my phone. Let's see. Wow.
Of the points that the filed by the Prime Minister's legal team.
We've lost,
I
my
see Sheriff
people,
Griffith
we've
says,
lost.
God never sleeps. OT is the beginning of the end, or something to that effect is what is being said there. But I gather we have on the line Marlon Morgan. Marlon Morgan, top of the morning to you, sir. How are you?
Morning, Tyrone, and morning to the listeners. I had called to draw the listeners' attention to a matter in relation to Spark, but I heard Mello's call just now and his pleadings for some focused attention on this vexing issue. Because indeed, we have made a considerable stride, the government that is, in relation to a group of workers who would otherwise have been referred to as casual workers. I'm speaking of our janitors, our cooks, and some groundkeepers, for example, so groundsmen at our schools, primary schools, high schools, you name them. These persons would have typically been classified as casual workers, meaning they would get paid largely from the school, not from the Ministry of Education, but that has now been changed. The basis of their employment is much more substantial, and they can benefit from certain entitlements, not least pension arrangements, and they certainly have more structured employment. As to payover of statutories, their employers, they would have largely been paid by schools, and their employers would have been obliged to make payments of their statutory deductions, whether it is NIS and their NHD contributions, over to the respective statutory authorities. So if there is any
But this
former
initiative
casual
is showing,
worker who is
Mr.
now,
Morgan, that a lot of people have not been paying over those statutory deductions.
and that is a gap that ought to be bridged. This is something that ought not to happen, and we know that amongst employers, both in the private sector and unfortunately even in the government service, where there is any such gap, it is something to be remedied, because you cannot have a situation where a worker is at a disadvantage in relation to money that would have been deducted from their pay but not paid over to the respective statutory entity, and therefore you would be depriving or compromising the worker in being able to access a benefit, whether it is at the NHT when the people have got to look about house, or at NIS when time is, has come upon them to go and access any NIS benefits. For example, their NIS pension. I think we're up on a break, Aaron. Is it 11?
Yeah, we're up on a break. Can you hold the line and stay with us?
I will.
All right, we take the break right here inside Cliff Hughes Online. Major news coming out of the country's courts regarding the Prime Minister's decision to challenge the Integrity Commission in court. We take the break right here and come back with more.
A disgraceful day, isn't it? Prime Minister has been given the permission by the court to challenge the Integrity Commission on a number of issues. Hold on a minute. This is a nationwide report by Twitter, yeah. Not Twitter. The other liar one. Nationwide News understand that Prime Minister Andrew Holness has been granted leave by the Supreme Court to challenge via judicial review an Integrity Commission report concerning his statutory declaration. The Prime Minister has been granted leave on a number of grounds, including his move to pursue a challenge of the content of the Integrity Commission report and process engaged by the Integrity Commission Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, rather. So, our courts are saying, but what we are left, decision made long time. But what we are preparing for is a robust battle between Justice Panton legal team or the Integrity Commission legal team. But no doubt Justice Panton, who has such broad legal knowledge and experience, would be throwing a lot of his knowledge and weight behind the case. What another disgraceful day in our history where the Prime Minister has challenged the Integrity Commission. The the courts has given the Prime Minister the all clear to go ahead in a nasty battle in the court. What does this mean for the Integrity Commission and other pending reports? Does it hamper the current report to be tabled? I cannot say. I don't think it should really matters because the court hasn't ruled against the IC on any issues so far, so it should not affect their the current workings of the IC nor the current report to be tabled, I would imagine. But quite a disgraceful day where we expect a court to protect integrity, protect the nation's democracy, but instead give a tyrannical leader the leeway to challenge his unacceptable way of earnings and the fact that he cannot declare his earnings. But let's get back to this.
The nationwide 90 FM, major development in this long-running saga involving the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, and the Integrity Commission. Of course, the latest move was that the Prime Minister sought to challenge the matter, in the courts. And of course, our breaking news item just now is that the Prime Minister has been granted leave by the Supreme Court to challenge via judicial review that report from the Integrity Commission concerning his statutory declarations on a number of grounds. And of course, one of them that because he sought to challenge the processes engaged by the Director of Investigations. And that's one of the grounds on which he has been granted leave by the Supreme Court to challenge this report via judicial review. We have on the line a member of the Jamaica Labour Party's communications team, Marlon Morgan. Marlon Morgan, it would be remiss of me to not ask you to give an immediate reaction to that breaking news item.
Well, it's a welcome development. Obviously, the Prime Minister and his legal team are of the view that the Integrity Commission report did him a disservice. It's an observation with which I concur. And the truth is that we're all subject to Jamaican law. None of us are above the law. And therefore, the Prime Minister has availed himself of the appropriate channels to treat with an issue if it is that you feel aggrieved having regard to the work of a statutory entity. In this case, a Commission of Parliament undertook a bit of work, the Integrity Commission. They came with findings, a lot of which we feel was injurious to the Prime Minister, and in significant respects, I see stepped out of bounds in relation to its mandate. And so, as is required, the matter is being, been put before the courts and will be ventilated there. So we look forward to the court's determination ultimately, but we suspect that that will be in the months ahead.
Not an ultimate determination, which is a point that needs to be made, but a victory for the Prime Minister nonetheless.
Indeed. So round one has indeed gone to the Prime Minister. We are delighted that the court has seen it fit, having regard to the submissions made by the Prime Minister's counsel in respect to this matter, and having regard to the prima facie points made or the case made out, that he has good grounds on which to avail himself of, the court's time in this particular matter. So leave has been granted. It's what was sought. And, those of us who are supportive of the Prime Minister and concur with his attorney's views in relation to this matter are delighted with what has transpired, this being round one.
I still on that point about not a final determination by the court, but of course a victory for the Prime Minister's legal efforts. How much does this aid the the image of the Prime Minister that has been so battered by this issue involving the IC report and the
Not
inability,
one
they said, to
iota, not an
certify
inch.
his statutory declarations. How much do you believe politically that this will aid in, giving back the Prime Minister some of the political capital, that credibility capital that he lost as a result of this ongoing saga?
Well, very useful question, Tyrone. And I'll say this. The Prime Minister, like all other members of Parliament and indeed parliamentarians and other officials, would have made his statutory declarations, his filings in the report. The Commission embarked on a particular probe, and it had culminated in a particular, finding or a particular report. Now, there is nothing that is contained in that report. I will use this platform this morning to reiterate that determined or made any finding as to illicit enrichment on the part of the Prime Minister. Nothing would have spoken to misappropriation of public funds or improper use of public funds on the part of the Prime Minister. And therefore, the Prime Minister, myself, and others in the Jamaica Labour Party reiterate this morning that he is not someone who is negligent as it relates or culpable as it relates to illicit enrichment. You will appreciate, Tyrone, and the listeners may recall as well, that the Integrity Commission availed itself of the services of an independent international forensic accounting examiner, and notwithstanding the considerable skill sets and resources of that particular international expert and the IC itself, no adverse finding was made in relation to the Prime Minister. And as such, he has done the appropriate thing, feeling aggrieved, and he has availed himself of the remedy available to him in law, which is to put this matter to judicial review and have the court make a determination.
That is one of the things that I think, of course, the matter would remain sub judice because it's still before the courts. But one of the major issues is what you just highlighted there. What are the findings of that forensic auditor that was brought in to look at this matter? Why didn't the IC attach that report as an addendum to what they submitted? I found that that is one of the issues I personally, as an observer of these public matters, had questions about. Yeah. But this ruling, no doubt, Marlon Morgan, will have significant implications for the Prime Minister, for the Integrity Commission, for the fight against corruption in this country in terms of corruption in the public sector. This ruling will have significant implications for those matters, the final determination, that is.
And I'll say this, Tyrone, one of the long-standing adages, especially in legal circles, is that he who comes to equity must come to equity with clean hands. I cast no aspersions on the Integrity Commission, but what I'd like to say and suggest is that the Integrity Commission has fallen short on absolute disclosure and transparency by withholding the work or the key findings of the international expert that it would have commissioned. Yeah? So it cannot be that as a commission of the parliament, a public body, you're funded by the taxpayers of Jamaica, you undertook a body of work, you avail yourself of the services of this expert, but in your very substantial and comprehensive report, a very voluminous report, might I add, over 188 pages, you failed to include and situate in it what the observations or findings of your international experts were. Could it be that you did not find favor or it didn't advance whatever interest you may have had, and as such, it may have, put the subject of the investigation in a particular light, in a good or favorable light, and that's what you elected to stand down.
Those questions, Mr. Morgan.
It lends itself to speculation.
It raises those questions, and here's where I'm agreeing with you. It raises those questions because the Prime Minister was not recommended for charge to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, even after they brought in a forensic auditor, and it does raise those questions. What did the forensic auditor find? And even after those 6 months and the monies that were expended for that process, which we can't fault the IC for doing because they have a job to do and they need to get that job done to the best of their abilities. And sometimes that means outsourcing where you might not have the capacity in-house. But for you to have done that, expend taxpayers' money, and then not present the findings of that report in this report on the very matter that you brought the auditor in raises serious questions, I think. And I had an issue with that. That's one of the issues I had a problem with. We want to see this matter, though, be brought to close with some amount of dispatch. Hopefully the courts will hear this matter very, very promptly so the matter can be settled, Marlon Morgan. We hope for a speedy resolution. And I'm sure your party would want to see the back of this before the next general elections are constitutionally due.
Tyrone, the Jamaica Labour Party, the Prime Minister, and myself, as law-abiding citizens and persons who respect the different arms of government, whether it is the executive, the legislature, or the judiciary, we want the systems of the state to work, and the matter is appropriately before the courts. Let the court do the work and proceedings in that regard ensue, and we will have an ultimate determination in the months ahead, I suspect.
Thank you, Marlon Morgan. I'm not sure if there is. I know I hijacked you with this issue.
Yes.
Was there another issue you wanted to comment on?
I called primarily in relation to the just signed and award of contract in relation to Spark, as you'll appreciate.
That the Spark propaganda, we're tired of the Spark propaganda. Hold on, I want to say to the Prime Minister, you may have won today's battle. The war, though, Prime Minister, certainly isn't over. Because Justice Panton and his team will certainly see you in court. So we know this is nowhere over. And I want to say to Nationwide and Marlon Morgan, if the Integrity Commission has referred the Prime Minister on for further investigation by FID and TAJ, that audit report maybe would have subjected to such further investigation. So why release such audit report if FID and what do you call the other one? FID and TAJ is taking further investigation. Then by of course, that's a piece of evidence that FID and TAJ wants to work with. However, this makes nothing clean for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is still out in the wilderness on his integrity. Even when a court has ruled that the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, no problem is found with it, we will not believe it. We refuse to believe, we refuse to comply because we know that there is corruption in the system. Because the Prime Minister have not managed to show the Integrity Commission where his wealth and his earnings come from. He has not shown that. Hold on, let me take this into the studio. 1 second. Let me shut off Marlon Morgan Nice in a maze because he's one of the other irritating Morgan. But let's pull up this article from Nationwide. Oops, what have I done? What have I done? Right. Is it on screen? Yes. Nationwide News understand that the Prime Minister has been granted leave by the Supreme Court to challenge by judicial review and Integrity Commission report concerning his statutory declaration. The Prime Minister has been granted leave on a number of grounds, including his move to pursue challenge of the content of the Integrity Commission report and the process engaged by the Commission Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevens. The Supreme Court on Friday morning granted leave to pursue judicial review on a vast majority of grounds, which lawyers of the Prime Minister had sought permission to challenge the report. The Prime Minister is seeking, among other things, to have the IC report and his financial reject as unlawful and unfair. The Prime Minister is being represented by a legal team which is led by King's Counsel, Georgia Gibson, Helen and Ransford Bryan. The Integrity Commission is being represented by Michael Hilton, KC. We will have more on this developing story consequently. It may have been a one for you, Prime Minister, and today's battle. Certainly. A war, Prime Minister, has many battles. A war has many battles. But this war, certainly between the people of this country and the Prime Minister, is certainly not yet over. So there we have it today, my people. A disgraceful day has shone through in our history, where a Prime Minister who is unable to verify his wealth, a Prime Minister which his government is unable to account for $3 trillion, a Prime Minister who has let the country fall to pieces, its infrastructure, education, road, and health care, has given the opportunity to challenge the integrity of the Integrity Commission. Thank you very much for being here with us this evening. You can say you heard it here on Global TV that today was one of a marked, disgraceful day in our history. Goodbye and see you tonight.
Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed.
Oh, I think I need to answer a question someone asked. Does this mean this will go to the Privy Council? It has the potential to. If whoever loses the judicial review can apply to the Privy Council for permission to have the Privy Council adjudicate on the matter. So, of course, yes, it does have the potential to reach the Privy Council. Who was it asked that question? My eye gone foggy looking in the so many different screens from morning. My eyes gone loopy. I think it was either Willie or Willie Jam. Who was it? But anyway, thank you all for being here this evening. We can't find out who asked the question. Oh, it was Willie. It was Willie Jamin. No, sorry, not Willie. We Jamin. It was Jamin who asked that question. But yes, it does have the potential to get to the Privy Council. But join me back tonight on The People's Point of View at 11 o'clock my time. I think it's, I don't remember your time, to be honest with you. But anyway, I want to know my time when we come on at evening time. Thank you and goodbye from the Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.